situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store
between the Washington Commanders
and the New York Jets. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Hall to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Hall again on second down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Schmidt. Open man is Uzama. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
The Jets at 500, 7-7 on the year.
Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush, talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, check that, street. Hey, check.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. Takes it to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a dump off here complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll run with Gibson.
A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
They'll run with Gibson, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. The extra point by Sly is up and good,
and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Jets have moved out in front. Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
From way up at the 23.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
But they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
I'm not lying. Drop on switch.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Jamie and Sherwood there to make the stop.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And Washington now going to use the first. Three timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. You're just going to pick up a holding call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got it to Gibson.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Hall. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Schmidt. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the 1st half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Throwing on 3rd and long. Schmidt. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and add their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quentin Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Out of the gun now on third down.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
Here we go. Stop. Hey, man, check. No.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. We're down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
70 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Calling a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Looking to throw. Schmidt.
They'll set up the screen for Hall.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
That's pulled in at the 32. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Meanwhile, down in Dallas. And the Cowboys on the board again. It's a 2-touchdown lead there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
13 yards there and a Washington first.
Back to throw here.
This one left side caught by Gibson. He'll get it inside the 20.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
91 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Once more, Gibson.
There's a nice move. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
Shreds him with a stiff arm.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
They'll
try the left side with Gibson.
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On the counter, Gibson.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
A handoff running left is Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Commanders 24, Jets 14.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Check contact! Check contact!
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Hurt! Hurt! Right there, hurt! Check pass! Check pass!
And here's a give to Gibson.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Crawford. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A handoff for Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
Okay, ready?
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Go check, go check. Ready?
Gibson again.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
A give to Gibson running right.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Washington on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll drop to throw.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And they snap him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away. No good. And the lead will hold at 10. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. On the play fake, Schmidt. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think, okay, he's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
A carry for Gibson.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
195 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Right there, hurt. Check it.
Here's Gibson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 18. Check pass.
They'll run here with Gibson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Back to throw. Schmidt.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Schmidt. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
So a victory here for the Commanders.
And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter.